In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that will double the amount of leads that you get in the next 30 days, increase the value of those leads by 97%, and as if that weren't enough, I'm also going to show you how to increase the odds of closing those leads into clients by a whopping 391%. Now I appreciate those are 3 pretty big promises and we don't have a lot of time, so let's dive right into it by showing you how to double the leads that you get in the next 30 days. And in order to do that, we first need to talk about air mattresses. Yes, you heard that right, but I promise, it'll all make sense in just a minute. Back in good old 2008, a couple of roommates decided to try to solve the problem of overbooked hotel rooms by renting out an air mattress on the floor of their living room and turning their place into a bed and breakfast. Fast forward to today, and we now know this company as Airbnb, but there was a time when this new startup was struggling hard to get enough leads just to keep the lights on. You see, early in their business, the founders ran into a problem when they realized that Airbnb hosts won't list their properties without potential guests. But the guests obviously can't and won't sign up unless there are listings. And that's when someone at Airbnb had a light bulb moment. What if they could leverage Craigslist, the established hub for accommodation seekers and offerers at the time? So the team engineered a feature that allowed hosts to cross-post their Airbnb listings on Craigslist effortlessly, and it was a genius move. Now, instead of fighting for attention, they went where attention already existed, and their user engagement rates went through the roof. Hosts loved the extra visibility, and guests loved the new, quirky options suddenly available to them. And the leads? Oh boy, they didn't just trickle in, they poured. And Airbnb effectively doubled their user engagement and their listing counts ballooned, turning them into the industry giant we know today. So here's how to translate their success into a powerful and profitable lesson for your business. By far, my number one strategy to this day when it comes to doubling, tripling, even 10xing the amount of leads that you get is to first make a list of all of the places that your ideal clients are present and active, both online and offline, and then dedicating yourself to showing up there persistently, consistently, and providing helpful answers, engaging, asking questions, and essentially embedding yourself into that community. As an example, if you want more business owner leads for your agencies, you could check out the hundreds of Facebook and LinkedIn groups for business owners. You could join the local Chamber of Commerce, start looking for podcasts or YouTube channels or blogs dedicated to these audiences that you could create content for. You could even run paid ads targeting them directly in order to get your message directly in front of your most ideal and perfect clients. If you're feeling extra ambitious, you could even start your own community built around serving the kind of people that you most want to help. For example, if you want to start or grow an agency of your very own, then I've got a free group called Agency Accelerator that you can join for free by visiting agencyaccelerator.io or clicking the link down in the descriptions below this video. You see, one of the biggest mistakes that most people make when it comes to trying to generate more leads is thinking that their leads are trying to hide from them, and therefore they need to go out there and try to find them and locate them and hunt them down and track them. But the fact is, all the leads and all of the clients that you could ever want are already there. Sticking with our business owner example, did you know that there are 33 million small businesses in the US alone? And another 4.4 million are started each and every single year. In other words, there's not a lead shortage. What there is a failure to connect shortage, which leads me perfectly to mistake number 2. See, if mistake number 1 is ignoring the dozens, maybe even hundreds of places that your ideal customers are available and easily reachable, then mistake number 2 is not doing enough to show up in front of them repeatedly, consistently, and over a long enough period of time. One of the most well-known and widely cited studies was conducted by Brevet, where they found that 80% of sales require an average of 5 follow-ups in order to close the deal. However, 44% of sales reps follow up with a prospect only once before giving up. After 4 follow-ups, well, 94% of sales reps had given up completely, which is crazy. Kind of like running a marathon and then quitting half a mile from the end. Of course, as great as doubling your leads is, it's even better if you can then increase the value of those leads by not 10, not 50, but 97%. So let me walk you through how to do that now. The secret to increasing the value of your leads by 97% comes down to just one simple thing: the buyer's journey. You see, nobody ever just wakes up one day and completely randomly out of the blue decides that they want to buy something they've never even heard of before. Rather, what typically happens is first something gets their attention, then they become interested in it, then they may or may not start to develop a desire to have this thing, and then ultimately that leads to action, them buying it or not. But here's the thing that nobody ever seems to talk about: These buyer journeys are unique to each and every single individual. In other words, some people may go through all 4 stages of attention, interest, desire, and action, we call this AIDA in marketing, very quickly and may make a purchase in a matter of minutes. Others may take days or weeks or months, maybe even years. This is why if you truly want to maximize the value of your leads, we need a bit of a mental reframe here. A mindset shift, a change in perception, an adjustment in the way that you're currently looking at and valuing your leads. For years, we've been told to look at leads as either buyers or non-buyers. And seeing as most leads won't buy, even if we're looking at a lead to close ratio of 10%, that still means that 90% of all of your leads are being ignored and discarded and simply tossed aside. And these mislabeled leads are often gone forever and end up going to your competitors in order to try to take another crack at solving their problem. Unsurprisingly, doing it this way just leaves an absurdly, ludicrously, offensively large amount of money still on the table. Not to mention the hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of potential customers who are going to fail to get their problem solved simply because you didn't appreciate where they were in their buyer's journey. So rather than simply dividing your leads into buyers and non-buyers, you're much better off by categorizing them according to where they are in their buyer's journey. Accepting that at any given moment, only 3% of your leads are ready to buy now, around 10% will buy in the next 30 to 90 days, and the remaining 87% of your leads are going to wait more than 90 days to purchase, often up to 18 months down the line. So if you can build a sales and marketing machine that continues to follow up, stay in contact, and continues to value and nurture those leads, then it's your business that's going to be the one to make the sale. The ugly alternative is to just dump more and more traffic into a leaky funnel, trying and doing everything you can to convert those 3% leads at the very top. Which, if you've ever tried this before, then you know it's not that fun. It's not that effective. It's not that profitable either, especially when compared to having a properly designed and strategic follow-up system in place. So let me break that down for you next, what a scalable system looks like and how to create one of your very own. First off, full disclosure here, I used to hate systems. Oh, systems. I thought the structure and rigidity of systems would stifle my creativity and all but abolish my chances of ever coming up with something creative and innovative. But I was wrong. And it was the systems, the processes, all of the operations that actually freed me up and gave me the time and the mental bandwidth to work on the creative projects that actually mattered. Not to mention the money. I mean, the simple system that I'm going to share with you today has made me and my clients and my students just an absurdly large amount of money. So let me show you what it looks like now. First though, just so you don't think I'm making all this stuff up, I want to reference a powerful study done by MIT that came to the absolutely terrifying conclusion that, after just 5 minutes, the odds of connecting and qualifying with a lead dropped 80%. Meaning, the longer the time between a lead coming into your business looking for information or wanting to do business, and you actually responding to them and following up drops precipitously. Fancy word. Meaning, the longer the time between a lead coming into your business looking for help or support or information and the time that it takes you to actually follow up and make a connection with this lead, the lower the odds are that this lead is going to turn into a happy paying customer. And you don't get days to do this or weeks or months, you get 5 minutes, max. Miss that mark and you can safely kiss 80% of your profits goodbye. Adios, money. Which is sadly exactly what most businesses and industries are doing. For example, the average time to engage a lead in healthcare is 2 hours and 5 minutes. Telecommunication, 16 minutes. Small companies with under 300 employees, which is most people, 48 minutes. Medium companies, 1 hour and 38 minutes, and large companies, 1 hour and 28 minutes. Which frankly makes no sense at all to me because you think if you had that amount of staff, you would prioritize converting your leads into clients. Anyway, if you can be one of the rare few who actually makes just the tiniest bit of effort to reach out to new leads when they come in within the first minute, your odds of converting that lead into a client increase by a staggering 391%. That is not a small number, my friend, which means that it makes sense to put in the time and the energy to install an automated lead follow-up system. I mean, you could technically do this manually, just sleeping with your phone beside your bed, responding to new leads the second they come in by texting, calling, or sending them an email, but that's ridiculous because it's not scalable. And you need to sleep. Fortunately, there are software solutions out there that can take care of and automate the entire thing for you, including following up with email, with SMS, even with voicemails. A really easy place to start though is simply adding an automation to your process that sends someone an email immediately after they submit a form on your website or landing page. Using something like Wix, I can do this in just 2 steps. Step 1, choose a form to trigger the automation. Then step 2, set send an email as your action. Yep. That's it. And just like that, you've dramatically increased the value of your leads and the chances of turning that lead into a client for your business. As great as those tactics are though, there are still a few more things you can do to get more clients faster than you ever thought possible, which is exactly why I've linked up a video right here that's gonna walk you through some of my top marketing strategies and lead generation tactics. So make sure to tap or click that now, and I'll see you in there in just a second.